my name's Shannon Grimm with Shannon Grimm and Partners at Howard Hanna Real Estate Services. Thanks for joining us today. Today we're going to talk about the reasons why you use a real estate agent during the new construction process. So new builds will basically, our cost is already built into the price of the new build. So it's just to your advantage to use us. And some of the reasons for that?
Yeah, so you have us to keep an eye out for the new building process and make sure everything's going the right way and being built correctly.
Yeah, like some of the things that I've had happen is we actually had a builder put the egress window in the wrong side of the house, which was a huge thing. And then I also drove up to a house that had gray siding with then white siding where there should have been gray stone. And so it's kind of interesting. The other thing we do is, like in those instances, I make sure that I get a copy of absolutely everything throughout the process. So we even take pictures of the selections they've made. We take pictures of the mock-up of the front of the house. So when they tried to convince me that the front of the house was really supposed to be gray and white siding and no stone, I had my information to refer back to and sent it to them and said, okay, now change it.
And you have no idea how often a builder will make a mistake like that. It's incredibly common. My own house, during its build, they had actually turned it incorrectly on the lot. I had it facing towards a pond that we really wanted the house to look towards. And I went the first day when they were starting to level the ground and were getting ready to dig the foundation and went through the plans that they had on site. And it was incorrect. They had it facing the complete opposite direction that we had gone over and gotten approved. And then we got that fixed rather quickly, and the builder rep that we work with immediately apologized, communicated what we wanted, and he had already communicated that to the on-site supervisor, and we got it taken care of right away. And that's why we work with who we do. And I had something come up later in the process as well. We had double sinks upstairs in our spare bathroom, and they had installed a single. Well, we got them to take it right out and put the double in because we had all the documentation. And again, the builder rep stuck up for us, got it changed out within a week. So.
And we also refer some of the builders we do because if something like that happens and the rep can't get it taken care of, we also know who to call.
Yes.
So, and I can become very relentless at times.
Well, and oftentimes the buyer doesn't have the ability to go to the site every day at lunchtime to make sure everything's being done according to the way it should be.
They could be out of town, out of state.
So that's why we're here.
And we take pictures throughout the process just so that we can send it to the buyer and the buyer knows what's going on. So
yeah, I had a similar as you did. We had a door going into the master bedroom designated at one spot, and they had it at another, and it totally threw off the whole room. So yeah, I mean, that's our job. Let us do it. We'll stay on top of this for them.
Yeah, no extra charge to you.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
And we also are there to point out things to people. So a lot of times when you walk through new construction, you don't know what's an option and what isn't. So the average new build home is going to have about 75 to 100,000 worth of upgrades. We can easily walk through that home and tell you what is going to be an upgrade and what isn't just by looking at it. Plus, we work with a lot of builders in town, actually all the builders in town basically. So we know what's going to be their upgrade and what's not going to be an upgrade. And, everybody wants what they see, right? But sometimes when you go into a community, it says starting price at $400,000, you're really actually more like $550. And that's kind of not the best thing to find out.
Yeah, it's kind of mind-blowing to people to see those price differences because you're looking at their smallest base home, but then if the model is that smallest base home, they've added a bedroom, they've done a bump out, they've added another garage, they've done every upgrade to it, and all of a sudden, you're right, the house is $150,000 more
and that's
than
what
that base
you
price.
fell in love with was all the extra upgrades.
The extra
That's
upgrades are always everyone's favorite, so you have to keep that in mind.
So what we do is we actually tell you, okay, the upgrades that you need to make sure you put in are going to be those structural upgrades and kind of go over what those structural upgrades are so that you're getting what you really want as far as the structure. Cosmetically, like if you're wanting like a certain tile in a bathroom or something, you can do that later. And it's, and you might be able to do it cheaper. Who knows? It just all depends. But just things that we can tell you that you might not know. Like, you want the builder to put the knobs on your cabinets, because if they do it wrong, they don't measure twice, and they just go ahead and cut it and it's wrong, then they have to replace that door. Where if you do it, then you're going to have to try to find a new cabinet door.